All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about a practice that I have been actively against in the gaming industry for a while now, and I'm going to continue to talk about it every time that I see it because, quite honestly, it's a ridiculous practice. The fact that these companies can take your money for a product that they sold you and then later down the line change that product completely due to activism and then not give you your money back. It's ridiculous, right? Like you buy a certain skin, you buy a certain product expecting it to be that way forever, and then they change it and they tell you, well, tough luck, we have your money anyway. We have a post here from Endymion over on Twitter, and it says Call of Duty nerfs the boy's Firecracker skin by reducing her assets. Don't you love it when you buy something and they go in later and change it? People should get a refund. Companies shouldn't be allowed to do this sort of thing. It's disingenuous.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Now, I 100% agree with this notion. I mean, just look at what they did, okay? I want to take all the woke nonsense out of it. I want to take the activism part out of it. Don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about that. I want to take all of this out of it, and I just simply and strictly want to talk about the business practice because this business practice is inherently anti-consumer, and there's going to be people out there, I promise you, oh, trust me, they're going to be out there, the same people who are telling you, oh, just sign up for your PSN account, stop being mean to the Big Daddy Corpo. Yeah, those people, they're going to be out here disingenuously telling you, oh, all you want to do is fap to the character when you're really trying to sit down and have a genuine adult conversation about bad business practice in the gaming industry. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, if you guys can't see, for whatever reason, maybe you're just listening to me audio-wise, but they completely reduced the booty of Firecracker, and they made it from, an obvious, typical female that she actually is, to essentially the Pokemon Go treatment. They gave her the Pokemon Go body type, the androgynous body type. They completely removed that ass because, quite frankly, some DEI consultancy firm or some woke activist inside of the actual company decided this was a great idea. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? And the problem for me is it's not about the removal of the ass, okay? It's simply about the practice and what it represents. For me, the biggest issue is that you have these companies selling you things, right? They're taking your money for a product. So in this case, they took your money for a female skin that had a nice butt, nice whatever, Firecracker based on the character from The Boys, whatever. They decided to then nerf that, essentially remove her entire feminine physique, turned her into the Pokemon Go androgynous characters, right? I mean, look at this. Look at this. Even Tracer from Overwatch is probably as thick as this woman, let's just say. And you guys remember what they did to Tracer. Now, they do this. They take your money. They sell you a skin, and then later down the line, due to activism, they want to change it. That shit has to be illegal. That shit has to not be allowed. They should not be able to take your money and be able to do whatever the fuck they want with it after the fact. That is ridiculous. You are purchasing a skin in the game, and you are buying a product as it was, and then for them to completely change it, it's not even like they changed the color of her shirt. It's not like they changed the color of her shoes. No, they straight up androgenized her. They reduced her leg. Even her thighs are not thick anymore. Like, she got the Pokemon Go treatment. That's the only way that I could possibly explain this to you. And we have so many people calling this out as well. We have Grums saying, why did they have to flatten her butt? Was it a threat to all women? Does having a flat butt make more women feel safe to play Call of Duty? Well, even though I know Grums is being sarcastic, it's not about that. Obviously, it is quite simply just about the trans gays. That's what it is. They want trans females to better see themselves because God knows they don't have the genetic capability to look like real females, so they need these characters to be as androgynous as possible. And they can't really androgynize the male characters, so they're going to androgynize the female characters because they know that the male characters are the ones that are bought and paid for the most. So I just think that this is the most ridiculous thing. Just looking at this picture, it is so obvious what they did to the character. And again, it's not just the butt too. They made her legs thinner overall too. They gave her the Pokemon Go treatment, removed her hips, removed her boobs, flattened her out everywhere. And again, I do find it kind of funny that he's trying to say, oh, does it make you feel safe? Because that's the excuse that they'll give you. They'll try to talk about, oh, does it make you feel safe? You know, we're doing this for the safety of gaming. I mean, look at this. They gave her the Tracer treatment. Even Tracer at least has boobs for the most part, but what I remember what they did to Tracer's ass, man, holy shit. I remember the meltdown that people had over that. And the fact that they're doing it with this character now too just goes to show that this is going to be a common theme here. If I was a player of Call of Duty, which thankfully I am not that much anymore, only if people ask me to play, and even then I don't really play. But if I was a hardcore player of Call of Duty, the last thing that I would do from this day moving forward is buy skins. Because if you mean to tell me I can pay this exorbitant money for a skin, especially this particular skin that was probably expensive because it's based off of a licensed character, you mean to tell me that I can pay you tons of money to have this skin, and then 6 months, 5 months, however long it is down the line, you can completely change the entire skin, and I'm just supposed to eat it, right? I'm just supposed to sit here and be like, yep, this is a great business practice. This is so in the favor of consumers, it's not even funny. Like, no, that's not what this is. And again, you're going to have people disingenuously trying to represent this as, oh, you just want to fap the characters. You guys are all fucking pathetic. The ones that try to make that as an excuse that you just want to fap the characters, because you fucking know damn well that that's not what this is about for the majority of people. This is quite simply about the fact of bad consumer practices. You are inherently anti-consumer by doing this. If you want to do this to Firecracker, you can do this with a separate skin. You can sell a secondary skin that will have all the flatness you possibly want and political correctness to go with it. That's what you could have done. But instead, you are changing the thick skin into the flat androgynous skin and expecting people to be okay with it. No, nobody's going to be okay with that. That is stupid. That is anti-consumer, and it's a bad practice that should honestly be illegal. You should not be able to take someone's money and change the product so much to the point where it's not even recognizable anymore. It's dead ass not even recognizable. I'm not even kidding. So this is the most stupid thing that I've ever seen, and it's just another example of woke ass fucking journalism and affecting gaming and the whole fucking nonsense of DEI and all that stuff. They want to pretend like it's not real. They want to pretend like it's not a thing, but we all know it is. If it wasn't real and it wasn't a thing, we wouldn't be seeing these changes happen in the first place. These changes only happen because of DEI. That's it. You even got people pointing it out who probably never would have complained in the first place. I don't know who these accounts are. You know, I guess they must play Call of Duty or whatever, but I guarantee you the chances of them being involved in what would people call the culture war is probably slim, you know, few and far between. But when you do shit like this, you wake people up. That's the ironic thing. And it's the Streisand effect that I talk about all the time. You are going to wake people up who are otherwise asleep the more you do this nonsense. People are choosing to ignore what they are seeing in front of them because it is too much on them to constantly fight. A lot of people are lazy. They don't want to deal with it. They just want to be left alone. But when you constantly make changes to their stuff to the point where they can't even ignore it, like they flat out can't even ignore it. They're going to be like, yo, bro, wow, like what did they do here? Just like what happened with Pokemon Go, same thing's happening with Call of Duty. You're going to wake up a lot of people, and little by little, you're going to be really regretting the fact that you were Streisand affecting your own selves. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.